Imagine you just got a CR question wrong and you are now trying to update your error log. Let's say you write something like forgot to apply a concept, or tricky question, or I rushed under time pressure. You feel like you have updated your error log. However, here is the problem. You may have been writing the same information for weeks or maybe even months, but you are not improving. Why? Because I rushed under time pressure does not tell you what exactly you are not doing efficiently and how you can fix it. If you are not updating your error log with the exact specific root cause behind each mistake, your error log is not going to help you. Hi, I'm Kanupriya Sharma from GMATQuizMaster. I have spent years analyzing student errors, and here is something that I have noticed. A lot of students do not understand the importance of error log in their preparation, and those who do not know how to update it properly. So here I am sharing with you the bridge methodology, a systematic framework that can turn your error log from a guilt journal into an actual improvement tool. Keep in mind the difference between students who improve and students who stay stuck at a particular score isn't just practice. It is systematic analysis of every question that you attempt, which enables you to learn from every question that you attempt. And that is where Bridge helps you. Bridge stands for 6 critical checkpoints in your CR problem solving process. Let me explain what each letter means. B stands for Build Understanding of Passage Logic. This is your first checkpoint. Did you correctly understand the passage meaning and passage logic? Notice it covers both the words, that is, the meaning of the passage, as well as the logic of the passage. What is the meaning of each word in each line? What is the premise? What is the conclusion? What is the logical relationship between different parts of the passage? Whose opinion has been presented? What is the author's opinion? If you do not understand the passage properly, its meaning, or its logic, you will falter in the analysis that follows. And that is why this is your foundation for solving the question. R stands for Realize the meaning of the conclusion. A lot of students can point out, they can identify the conclusion. However, they miss its nuances. They do not understand what exactly it is saying. So you need to confirm whether you have understood the conclusion properly or not. For example, this reasoning cannot justify the restriction is very different from this restriction is wrong. So just think about it. I stands for identify what the correct answer choice should convey. So, even before you look at the options, you need to think about this that what is it that the correct answer choice will definitely convey. For example, for a weekend question, you need to think that what should any correct weakener for this particular question convey. For an assumption question, what should a correct assumption and any correct assumption for this particular argument convey. Please note that this step is not about thinking specific scenarios. You can come up with specific scenarios, that is optional. This step is more about the information that any such correct scenario will convey, the generic information that every correct answer choice will convey. This is going to be your roadmap. D stands for Decipher each answer choice. Did you understand each choice correctly? Please notice that this is about comprehension, the meaning that the choice conveys, not about evaluating the choice. So ask yourself, did you understand the complete meaning, any conditional statements, the scope, and the subject? Did you understand everything? Because unless you read and understand the choice properly, you will not be able to evaluate it. G stands for gauge the alignment. So, this is where you need to evaluate your answer choice. You need to see if it actually conveys the meaning that the correct answer choice needs to convey. So, this is where you will compare what you identify the correct choice should say in step I and what is this particular choice saying, that is step D. And that is how you evaluate a choice. E stands for examine why you rejected the correct answer choice. So, this is specifically about the correct answer choice, the one that you rejected. Now, you need to understand why did you reject this answer choice? Did you not understand it? Did you not know what meaning the correct answer choice should convey? Or did you not align the choice with with what the correct answer choice needs to convey? This will help you understand why did you reject the correct answer choice. Now, this is what your bridge table looks like. You have all the steps here, all the 6 steps here in the first column under bridge step. Then you have the second column with a tick and a cross, and you have a third column where you mention the specific root cause if you have a cross here. So, for each step, you will evaluate whether you did it properly or you did not do it properly. For example, step B, that is, were you able to build understanding of the passage logic correctly? If you were able to do that, if you understood the passage logic completely, mark a tick here and proceed to the next step. Otherwise, if you missed anything, mark a cross here and mention the specific reason here. This specific reason is the root cause behind your mistake. So explain it as properly as you can. Then move to the next row. Now let me explain you how to update your bridge table with an example. This is an official weekend question. We are not going to solve this question completely. You can solve it on your own. We are going to consider a case in which you marked let's say you marked choice C here, while the correct answer choice is choice D. So let's analyze where you could have faltered and update the bridge table. All right, so review the solution first, understand what the actual solution says, and then compare your understanding step by step. Step 1, build understanding of passage logic. So, if your understanding of passage logic was complete and correct, you understood the meaning, you understood the logic, you were able to identify the two different opinions, the two different conclusions, whether they are in line or they go against each other, what is the evidence given by the author, everything. If all of that was clear to you, mark a tick here. Otherwise, mark a cross here and mention the exact reason here. For example, maybe you did not read the word average when you were reading the passage, and that is why you misunderstood the passage logic itself. So, write it down here. I missed reading the word average when I was reading the passage, and that is why I did not understand the passage logic completely. Then, let's move to the next step. Realized the conclusion's meaning. If you understood the conclusion correctly, mark a tick here. Otherwise, if you misunderstood the conclusion, then mark a cross here. For example, if you the conclusion here says that the reasoning cannot be used to justify the restriction that they are advocating. Now, if you understood the same meaning, then your understanding was correct. However, if you understood something else, for example, the restriction is incorrect, the editorials are incorrect, anything else, mark across here and mention the exact reason. For example, I rushed through the last line. I did not even read the conclusion properly. I assumed that this is what the author is concluding. So, mention the exact reason here. Then, third step, identified what correct choice needs. Now, it is possible that you did not even think about it. So, if that was the case, if you did not even think about it, mark a cross here and mention the exact thing here. Or maybe your understanding here, what you identified was incorrect because your understanding of the conclusion was incorrect. So mention it here. I identified this incorrect information because I had not understood the conclusion properly. And that is why my understanding of what the correct answer choice needs to convey was wrong. So you can see it building it up, right? You do not understand the conclusion's meaning, so definitely the analysis that follows will be faltered. It will be affected. So the reasons here, if you have a cross anywhere here, you will see its impact in the other steps as well. And that is why you have to understand the root cause and then understand its impact on the other steps. Let's move to the next step. Did you understand? So you selected choice C here. That is the example that we are taking. Did you understand choice C properly? If you did, mark a tick here. Otherwise, if you misunderstood it for any reason, mark a cross here and mention the reason here. It may be because you were not reading properly. It may be because maybe you were not focusing on what kind of activities have been discussed. You were rushing through it. You assumed that this is what choice C is saying. Mention the exact reason here. Then the next step, gauged the alignment. So if your understanding of choice C was correct, did you gauge the alignment? Maybe yes, you tried to match it with what the correct answer choice needs to convey, but because your understanding here itself was faltered, this step did not help. So, this would be the root cause. I tried to align it with what the correct answer choice should say, but that understanding itself was incorrect because my understanding of the conclusion was incorrect. So, that is how the understanding of the conclusion is the main culprit here in this example. In other case, you may say that, okay, I did not even try to do that because I did not think about what the correct answer choice needs to convey. That is why I did not do this step, and that is why I was not able to evaluate choice C properly. The last step, examine examine why you rejected the correct choice. So this is where you need to think about choice D. Did you not understand its meaning properly, or did you not understand that it can be related to the average that has been mentioned in the passage? Or maybe because you did not read the word average here in passage logic, you did not even try to relate the meaning of choice D or the inference that can be drawn from choice D with the passage logic, and that is where you faltered. So mention that exact reason here. Now you can update your error log for this question using this updated bridge table. So wherever you have a cross, for example, in this particular example, you have a cross in realized the conclusions meaning, and because of that, you have a cross in identified what correct choice needs to convey, then gauge the alignment, then examine why you rejected the correct choice. So, all of these are the categories in which you faltered, and you have the root cause analysis for all these categories. So, you have the category of your mistakes and you have the root cause analysis of your mistake. You can update both these columns against this question in your error log. Now, this is the power of bridge analysis and error log. Once you update your error log for 10 to 15 incorrect questions, you will see patterns in your mistakes. For example, in this particular table, the student is consistently faltering while understanding the passage logic. More specifically, while identifying the conclusion. So they can go back. This is a conceptual gap. So they can go back to this concept of how to identify the conclusion, and that will be the corrective action that will help them improve further. There is another learning related to the meaning of few. This is something that can be directly applied on any other question that they solve. So notice, the bridge analysis does not just tell you that you are wrong. It tells you where exactly in your process are you faltering consistently, and it helps you arrive at the corrective action that will help you improve further. Now, this is what you need to do. For every CR question that you get incorrect, update your bridge table and your error log honestly and specifically. Keep in mind the time and effort that you are putting in right now is going to help you. Once you update your error log for 10 to 15 questions, you will see patterns start emerging. The next step will be to take targeted corrective actions to work on your weak areas. If you need further guidance on how to apply bridge analysis, you can check our solution videos on our YouTube channel or write to us. If you're looking for expert feedback on your performance to understand where you are faltering and how you can improve further, you can check our products on our website GMATQuizMaster.com. If you like this video, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more such videos. See you in the next video. Good luck.